We're going to conclude with a lesson focusing on communication. The aim is to develop fluency and to give students further speaking and listening practice. I'm going to tell you a story, something that's happened to me. It's quite an exciting story, a bit frightening actually at the time. What happened was, I was in a plane, a little small plane, I think it's called a seaplane technically, in Alaska. Now the seaplane has legs so that if you want to land on ice, you can land on ice. But when we landed on ice, the legs weren't down. So we landed on the ice, on our plane, tipped into the icy water, and were upside down in water. Okay? We all had to get out of our seatbelts quickly and swim to the surface as quickly as possible. Okay? It was a bit frightening, I can tell you. But I also have something else to tell you. That story, it didn't happen to me. I was actually lying. How about that? Did you believe me when I said it?
No. Yes.
No, you didn't believe me. I must not be a very good liar then. Are you good liars?
No.
Are you good liars? We're going to find out, okay? What I'd like you to do, first of all, is talk together. Just compare any exciting stories or events that have happened to you. Okay? Just for 2 minutes, okay? It could be dramatic or exciting or very funny, okay? But one event. Just compare it together in your groups. And don't let the other side hear, okay? So a little bit quiet between you, all right? Can you move your chairs around in a circle and in a circle? You want me to close it in a bit and they'll hear you. Thank you very much. Hopefully you've had some time to talk about an exciting story. Now, I'd like you to choose one of the stories, okay, the most exciting story. Now, each of you in your group are going to pretend that that story is your story. Okay? So, for example, if you've decided that the Alaska seaplane story is the story you're going to choose in your group, it's happened to you, it's happened to you, it's happened to you. And the other side are going to ask you questions to find out who is lying and who is telling the truth. Okay? So before they ask the questions, you're going to need some time to get your stories correct. Because they might say, okay, so how did you fly to Alaska? Or how cold was it? Or tell me about the plane. Was it a 2-seater or a 3-seater? Okay? So think of the questions that this side is going to ask you, okay? And prepare your story. We'll see how good liars you are. Okay? So you have to share the story between you and ask questions. One story, yep, that's it. One story. You choose the story that you all liked in the group. And now you've got to try and make it your story. Okay, so you've got to work out the detail. All right, is that okay? Yeah? Finished? Excellent. This team, can you line up there? Okay. Tatiana, can you stand up a minute? Can you tell this group your story?
Oh.
Just very briefly, a headline.
We went to a competition by little bus, about 10 people. It was a small group of musicians. And we went to a competition. There was more groups. And they were singing or they just talking poetry. And we won the first prize.
Wow.
And there was a TV. And they took a tape of us.
They filmed you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, wonderful. So if you can move your chair so that you are opposite one other person. Yeah. Okay. Now, this side, you're going to ask questions about the event, okay, for 2 minutes. And then we'll change the person so that you get to interview everybody. And you can decide between you who is lying and who is telling the truth. Okay? Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So when you're ready, you can start your questions.
Oh. Well, this reminds me, so where was it?
When did you go? When did you go on the trip?
How many people?
Do you know where it was? Where did you?
Okay, thank you very much. Hopefully you'll be able to ask some questions. If you can stand up and move down one, so you go to the resident one. And away you go.
Okay. So
When did you go?
when
What
was
time
it?
of year?
Where did you go? Last year? Yeah, the country. Yeah. And so how many of you guys was there in the group? Was it about? Bus to get to. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. This team, any idea who do you think is lying and who do you think is telling the truth?
I think I might know who's telling the truth.
Who do you think is telling the truth?
Monica.
Think Monica's telling the truth? Do you agree?
Yeah, go with that. She's not.
So on a balance, you think Monica is telling the truth? Possibly? Okay. Can the person who is telling the truth please stand up? Hey! Very good lying going on. That's really, really good. Well done. How do you pronounce this word? Well, the L is silent. If I tell you the L. Folk. Folk. Do you know folk? Say folk music. What that is? Yeah. Okay. Country music and of the country. Etc. Folk. Say it again. Folk. I'm hearing a folk somewhere as well. There's no L. Imagine the L is not there. It's not an E on the end, if you like. But it's folk. Folk. Very good. And the word competition. Where's the syllable? Where's the strong syllable?
Competition.
Competition. Very good. Can you say it louder? Competition. Very good. Competition.
Competition.
Competition. Very good. Okay. And this was a question about an experience in the past. I think it was just a slip, but... Now, it should be a question in the past, so can you make that a question in the past?
Where?
Yeah. Make that the past. Were you in Zimbabwe? Okay.